Black Witch, a grimoire of the demonic tongue. I got it yesterday. It talks about, it has rites of possession in here, and it talks about the cliff oak. I sure do need a secret. I showed my oils, so there's that. I'm not looking forward to working with customers again. I don't want to think about it. It's almost 1:30. I have to be there at 3. And it's raining out. That's why I have a rain jacket on. I'm going to put on some black lipstick. Embracing my darkness. And if that means black lipstick, then black lipstick it is. There we go. Just checking my lipstick. Using the camera as a mirror. So, should I read the acknowledgements? Forward. Firstly, I would like to express infinite gratitude to my spirit guide Mike, who has patiently been by my side since the beginning of my journey into the left-hand path. I would not have made it this far without him. I would like to express immense gratitude to Lucifer, who has given me the most powerful tool I have ever possessed, the Demon Tongue language. I am grateful to all those in the Outlands who have reached out to me from beyond time and space. I respect and love for the archdemons of the Cliff Oath is present as well. The power and ways of self-respect that they have shown me is more than I imagined I could imbibe in myself. Thank you to my magical partner and sibling Sarah for believing in me and what I wanted to bring into the world. I give thanks to the Neteru, who have been present and reliable in my times times of need, specifically the Demoness Amit, the Daemon King Azazel, and the Neteruset Ra Horus Atum. Gratitude and thanks to Loki, my snarky friend of darkness and freedom. To Babylon, who has been a constant companion in this work, to Lam for his positive influence in Gnosis, and many more Denzians of the spirit world who have made my work possible. I am very grateful to Timothy and E.A. Quoting from BLG for helping me to make publishing this grimoire a reality, and to V.K. Jehanum for his foreword. Lastly, and especially, I thank my ancient ancestors who have reached through time to empower me to do what I love without doubting myself. The foreword. The forces of the Tree of Death are so egregiously maligned that even white magicians who work with the poetic spirits shun the cliff oath in ignorance of the fact that most of the demons of the Ars Goetia and Grimorian Barum are just as cliff-oathic as those of the tunnels of Set. Among the number of the Black Lodge are countless inept philosophers determined to perpetuate the Judeo-Christian-based bastardization of the Tree of Death. Content to slurp greedily at the putrid udder of mediocrity, these frauds blaspheme the very forces they seek to venerate. Fortunately, there are black magicians who are willing to do the work to channel the true nature of the night side and present the spheres and their spirits as what they truly are, the Enoch. And Enoch, B. Petrucci, is permanent among them. His rare and fantastic insights shed a much-needed light on the cliff oath, or as Azagath calls it, the black plane of chaos. Death is the gate to the black plane of chaos, but gate in this context does not mean entrance, it means barrier. The cliff oath is only accessible to the elect, those who are willing to transcend their limitations and transgress against the orthodoxy presented by benighted occultists. To all others, death bars access, save to those who can fight their way through the abyss and thereby pass the test of Shugal and Koronzon. All those who can presence the energy and experience the power of the cliff oath without fighting their way through death are able to do so because Koronzon and Shugal have granted approval. The energies of the cliff oath foster physical, mental, and spiritual well-being and growth to the celebrant, but not to the uninitiated, save for children. The increase of cliff-oathic energy within the cosmos renders the universe more and more conducive to the manifestation of darksome entities. When the gates to the night side are opened and its forces made manifest, humanity itself benefits, even as its numbers are culled. Through the power of the Tree of Death, the veil will be made to break, such that none will deny the existence of the numinous again. Emissaries of the black plane of chaos guided me since my childhood. Gargophias was the first demon I saw after I opened my third eye, and she came to be the first spirit I evoked on my own. I led a coven dedicated to Hecate, which worked extensively with the night side, guided by Hecate's familiars and patron demons from the tunnels of Set. The initiations, ordeals, and permutations of the darksome side of the numinous became defining forces in our lives, molding us on every level. Were it not for the infernal divine and the forces of Hecate, most of us would be dead, some of us many times over. Niantia presided over every operation of our necromancy, and Gargophias over my initiation into various magical systems. Thentifaxeth removed countless maledictions placed upon my friends, and Cleophe ravaged my enemies. Temphioth revealed my coven mate's true name to him in a dream, and Raphleaf, who guided me in pursuing the love of my life. Sinthrakor, the meta-god composed of the 22 archdemons of the tunnels of Set, protected me in time of extreme danger, and therefore forever transmuted by essence. It is only the sorcerers of the Black Lodge who are capable of uncovering the true way which lies beyond all religion. As you read this, we work tirelessly, opening powerful gateways and summoning ancient divinities to transform ourselves, our societies, and our universe. We welcome the worthy reader amongst our number, and we anticipate great accomplishments working in tandem with you, even though you may not be known to us. The chapters to follow relate the path to an incredible transformation. Once you have initiated through the entirety of the Cliff Oath, you will be an entirely different person and an entirely different kind of organism. The magic of the following text is extraordinarily powerful, unique, and authentic. In Petru Kili bears a great testament to the transformative power of the night side. He carries a wise yet gentle demeanor alongside great magical insight and power, and he's quite possibly the soulless black magician in the game. I hope you enjoy reading one of the best grimoires I've ever studied, and I wish I could be there to watch you try to pronounce Ano 9 and Zufriufu. Part 1, My Life in the Cliff Oath, My Redemption Story, Chapter 1, Childhood. So there's that. I'm going to split this in half and make it my bookmark for both books. That's kind of deja vu for me, for some reason. I've never had this book before. Maybe I'm not using that term, but deja vu. But anyway, I think I might say goodbye in this video. Continue reading the Satanic Bible because that's what I think I should start off with. And maybe I'll just keep it running while I'm reading. You can read it with me. I've already started. So this is a preface. The true magus knows that occult bookshelves abound with the brutal relics of frightened minds and sterile bodies, metaphysical journals of self-deceit, and constipated rule books of Eastern mysticism. Far too long has the subject of satanic magic and philosophy been written down by wild-eyed journalists of the right-hand path. The old literature is the byproduct of brains festering with fear and defeat, written unknowingly for the assistance of those who really rule the earth, and who, from their hellish thrones, laugh with noisome mirth. The flames of hell burn brighter for the kindling supplied by these volumes of hoary misinformation and false prophecy. Herein you will find truth and fantasy. Each is necessary for the other to exist, but each must be recognized for what it is. What you see may not always please you, but you will see. Here is satanic thought from a truly satanic point of view. Anton Sandor LaVey, The Church of Satan, San Francisco, Walpurgisnacht, 1968. Prologue. The gods of the right-hand path have bickered and quarreled for an entire age of earth. Each of these deities and their respective priests and ministers have attempted to find wisdom in their own lives. The ice age of religious thought can last but a limited time in the great scheme of human existence. The gods of wisdom, defiled, have had their saga, and their millennium hath begun become as reality. Each with his own divine path to paradise hath accused the other of heresies and spiritual indiscretions. Ring of the Nibelungen doth carry an everlasting curse, but only because those who seek it think in terms of good and evil, themselves being at all times good. The gods of the past have become as their own devils in order to live. Feebly their ministers play the devil's game to fill their tabernacles and pay the mortgages on their temples. Alas, too long have they studied righteousness, and poor and incompetent devils they make. So they all join hands in brotherly unity, and in their desperation go to Valhalla for their last great ecumenical council. Draweth near in the gloom, the twilight of the gods. The ravens of night have flown forth to summon Loki, who hath set Valhalla aflame with the searing trident of the inferno. The twilight is done, a glow of new light is born out of the night, and Lucifer is risen once more to proclaim, "This is the age of Satan. Satan rules the earth. The gods of the unjust are dead. This is the morning of magic and undefiled wisdom. The flesh prevaileth, and a great church shall be builded, consecrated in its name. No longer shall man's salvation be dependent on his self-denial, and it will be known that the world of the flesh and the living shall be the greatest preparation for any and all of eternal delights." Rege Satanis, Ave Satanis. Hail Satan. I misspelled Satanis earlier. I just realized that. Oops. The 9 satanic statements. Satan represents indulgence instead of abstinence. Satan represents vital existence instead of spiritual pipe dreams. Satan represents undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical self-deceit. Satan represents kindness to those who deserve it instead of love wasted on ingrates. Satan represents vengeance instead of turning the other cheek. Satan represents responsibility to the responsible instead of concern for psychic vampires. Satan represents man as just another animal, sometimes better, more often worse than those that walk on all fours, who, because of his divine and spiritual and intellectual development, has become the most vicious animal of all. Satan represents all of the so-called sins, as they all lead to physical, mental, or emotional gratification. Satan has been the best friend the church has ever had, as he has kept it in business all these years. Fire, the Book of Satan, the Infernal Diatribe.